to be a special people unto himself.
You heard that, Jordan? There's a special people on this earth. You understand that God chose to be special unto him.
That's right.
Now watch this. My grandma taught me, or my grandma brought me to church, right? Who did you go to church with? Your mom, right? So why don't we know these things, that we're special according to God? You got to ask yourself. It's been in the Bible this whole time, right? Because guess what? My grandma didn't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our parents don't know.
Right.
But the truth of the Bible is coming out in these last days, Jordan.
That's right.
Today. You understand? So read that one more time.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
If you choose something, Jordan, what does that mean? Like you chose that specific skateboard, right? What about all the other skateboards? Why you choose that one? Because it has wheels, right? Because what? That's your favorite, right? That's the one you chose to do your service of having fun while you on a skateboard, right? That's the same way God chose us, so-called blacks and Latinos. You understand? That's the same way God chose us. And you know a heavy thing that they teach in the church about Jesus Christ?
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you something, Jordan.
Him up.
I want you to point to Jesus Christ. Where do you see Jesus Christ?
Bring it out.
Which one? Come show me. Come. It's all right, man. I want you to show who you think Jesus Christ is. Which one? This one right here. With the blue eyes, the straight hair. That's Jesus, right?
Red skin.
Okay. So watch this, Jordan. We're going to go to the Bible and read what Jesus looked like.
Bring it out.
Is that okay with you? All right, I need you to listen, all right? And then you're going to tell me what Jesus looked like according to what we read.
That's right.
All right, so watch this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
You're not going to hear this in your church. You know why? Because they're trying to keep me from knowing that we're special.
Right.
You understand? Because they're above us right now. You understand what I'm saying? So watch this, read.
Verse 14.
So it says, read it from 1.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So we're about to read the revealing of Jesus Christ.
Right.
All right? Read verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs.
So we read about Christ, right? It said his what?
His head and his hairs.
His head, the hair on his head, and his hairs, right, on his beard were what?
Were white like wool.
Christ had white, woolly, textured hair.
Teach.
What do you know what wool is? What is wool? Something that come off a sheep.
That's right.
So if you feel a sheep hair, what does it feel like? What you say? Take your hat off, little bro. Let me see your hair. Hey, if you feel a sheep hair, does it feel like your hair, don't it? It's the same texture hair, ain't it?
Right.
But let me ask you this, Jordan.
Bring it out, officer.
Nice haircut, by the way. Let me ask you this. Does he have the same texture hair as wool? Him right here.
Take it plain.
That's like stringy, right? That's thin hair. But the Bible says Christ had hair like wool.
That's right.
Right, Jordan? So guess what? That's strike one.
Right.
That's strike one against this image that they taught us.
That's right.
You understand?
What?
Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Hey, Jordan, it's crazy because our family members, our people hate the hair that God
Bring
gave
it
us.
out.
Our aunties, our
See?
moms, what do they put in their head?
Make it plain.
He said a lot of stuff. Right. Perms, wigs, activator, anything not to embrace that wool that God gave his people.
Right.
You understand, bro? And I'm telling you why, because in your mind, in our mind too, when we was young, we thought this was Christ.
Bring it out.
So we touch our own hair and we hate it.
Teach, officer.
We think it's ugly.
Teach.
We think it's dark. We think it's wrong. We think it's wicked.
Wicked love.
That's what they taught us to believe.
That's right.
You understand, Jordan? But that's not the truth.
Right.
Because Christ had the same hair you got.
Right. That's right.
You understand? All right, keep reading.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
So he had fully white hair, right? Fully white, read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were red, all right? So I want you to look at his eyes. What color they are? Blue. So somebody's lying.
That's right.
Right? Because this is the image that we got.
Right.
But if you look at that image right there, what color his eyes is? Red. All right, we getting somewhere, Jordan.
That's
all right?
right.
Listen.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet.
John looked at Christ's feet. Right? He said, he observing Jesus Christ.
Right.
He said, and his feet. Right? So that means he's seeing his feet, his bare feet. The top of his feet, right? Let's see what John said about Christ's feet.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Like unto fine brass. Do you know what brass is? What is brass? Because John said his feet look like fine brass.
Bring it out.
So what is brass?
Like a brownish color?
Like a brownish color.
That's
You
right.
on point,
Bring it
Jordan.
out. Right.
Like a brown, right?
Right.
So it said Christ's feet was like brass, brown feet. But watch this. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you take that brass that's brown, right? You put it in the oven, in the furnace, and you take it out. What color is? What's going to happen to that brass?
It's going to melt?
No, it's not going to melt. What's it going to do to the color?
Oh, it's going to change it?
To what?
Black?
Black.
That's right.
So Jesus Christ was what color?
Black?
That's right.
So if you look at these two signs, and Jordan, remember, I'm not giving you what I think in my own brain.
Right.
Right? Because that's what our family members do because they're ignorant to this Bible a lot of the times.
That's
what the pastors do because they're not telling us what God says.
That's right.
They're telling us what they have been taught to say. Right? So according to what we read, which one is Jesus Christ? That one.
That's right.
That one. All praise to the Most High.
IUIC TV, where we are recreating the narrative for the black family. As the Bible says, where there's no vision, the people perish. The media have been vehicles that have conveyed destructive images of God's children, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not only are we in the streets, but we are on the airwaves and networks, compelling our people to come back to their heritage. Tune in to IUIC TV.